Fernandez de Mayo taking place over on the far court. So that is what's happening right now as we are able to bring you the action. We sincerely appreciate you joining us. Again, 5-3 the score. Texas A&M Corpus Christi leads on court number 1. That is the two pairs. The Islanders lead on court number 2, which is the 4 pairs, 4-3. And on the far, trying to see that, 3-6. It is Texas leading the way. Serving. Again, Maddie Fitzsimmons joining us. I've said everything so far. I'm going to let her get involved because
no worries.
Let's talk about the action. Talk about what we're seeing here on the court so far. Yeah, it kind of came to us in a bit of a rush, but we're glad to be able to do so.
Wind's picking up, competition's picking up. Last game of the day, you know.
Last match of the day, as this is the 5th match of the day here at Waters Edge Park. Texas, the 3-2 winners earlier against Stephen F. Austin. For the Islanders, they were 4-1 winners in their first matchup of the day. Also against it was the Islanders who against Stephen F. Austin. It was Texas who defeated UTEP. That's right, 3-2. So let's get that correct. 6-5 on the serving error. Macy Butler ends up sending it long. It's going to allow Tomei to send it away.
Nice serve into the wind there. Going back to that Oceanside again.
6'2", Cassie Dodd was given a great set by Tomei, wasn't she?
Yes, right on that tape. Again, we saw it earlier today. A lot of pulling happening with the wind. Giving them on defense a better chance of touching rather than the traditional setup of a blocker staying.
Kahahue, she'll have an opportunity. She's going to go ahead and knuckle. Tomei doing the right decision, trying to go to the middle, but it'll lead to a free ball. But in reality, in today's breeze, is anything free? There's not a simple ball coming back. That's
one simple ball. Maybe earlier today, but now that it's picked up a little bit, you gotta work and be ready to move on these courts today. Islander
assistant Dave McFarland talking with the team, kind of giving them a little pump up after they score on the last possession before the switch. 9-5 they lead. For the Islanders, this is the 9th year of the program.
Right.
And for Texas, this is only their 2nd year. Texas is in a growing phase. They are still playing with some indoor players as well.
Right.
Some national champion indoor players, as a matter of fact. Jenna Winnis and Ellis Wendell to be precise, as at least an example of a couple.
Right. Transitioning is no joke.
Kahuwewe. This is an interesting long rally, but slipping it down the line is Dodd. Dodd from Perth, Australia, the true freshman. At 6'2". Quite the find for Gail Stammer, the head coach. The head coach of the University of Texas, of course, Stein Metzger, a 2-time NCAA champion at UCLA. Last year was the runner-up behind Southern Cal.
Strong program.
Yeah, he has made the move to the University of Texas. Texas says, we're going to build this program. We're going to do it with the best we can possibly get.
Best of the best. Nice stab there by Dodd.
And in the case of the Islanders, as I said, their 9th year, they have grown this program.
Right.
They have cultivated this program. They have worked their way into the top 20 in the AVCA rankings.
It's really cool to see. Being on the 2nd season, 3rd season here, it's a lot different.
Of course, Maddie Fitzsimmons played for the Islanders in 2017, 2018, indoor and beach.
A fun time.
Fun time it was.
Undefeated indoor, beach was great. Really full circle to come back and see a program that's gotten off their feet and become successful. It's really fun to watch.
Timeout taken on court number 1 by the Longhorns. Let's shift it over to court number 2. As we'll take a peek on court number 2. Currently, Raven Jordan and Tori Johnson for the Islanders, along with Ava Patton and Presley Wright for Texas. This is the 4 pairs. Finds its way down. What a stab. A floater. And Tori Johnson's like going, there's no way this is going to stay in. There's no way this is going to stay in.
Yeah, just one of those unlucky balls tagging the back half of the line. Not much you can do about that one.
Ava Patton, a freshman for the Horns, to serve. Jordan, the sophomore, sends it over. A little too strong, so an opportunity. But this time, too strong as Presley Wright sends it over the back line. Islanders lead at 10-8. Once again on the 4 pairs. They're playing it in flights with the first 3.
Right,
including
a little different than earlier.
Including the 6s, which we mentioned earlier. The 6 is an exhibition match, does not count towards the overall score. This is the best of 5. They're playing the 2s, 4s, and 6s early, as then the 1, 3, 5s will play afterward. Johnson on the bump. Raven Jordan. Oh, she really elevated.
Flight, yeah.
She came out of the sand.
Last 2 steps there were really strong, giving her a nice impact. Call that packing the sand, the last 2 steps there. Beach volleyball phrase for you.
Rosenberg, Texas. Raven Jordan.
Good decision to stay there.
And just tapping the line, Ava Patton. Patton, that was a strong finish. Patton played originally at TCU. Was originally at TCU. She's a redshirt freshman. Was originally 2s. Devin Kahahaway. I'm going to get that right. Kahahaway and Macy Butler for Texas. Coming back to the court, along with, for the Islanders, Cassie Dodd and Chloe Tomei, 14-7. Actually, they're in timeout right now, so let's go ahead and take it back over to 2 while they're in timeout. Just briefly, as they're not in sync there. Now we're back on court number 2. Texas and Corpus Christi tied at 12 on court number 2. Actually, this is quite the match. Which is correct. 12-12. And off the hand of Tori Johnson. Looked like it was diving towards that back line as it was.
Right. Kind of coming down right down the middle there.
For the Longhorns.
Presley Wright, a really strong server. She's got a couple of different serving in her arsenal for sure.
Going to go wide. The swing this time from Presley Wright goes wide. 13-13. And we'll kind of keep you up to date on what's going on in the others for the moment. This one.
Good press
apparently
there.
The most. Raven Jordan just absolutely with the wall.
Great press there. Especially on a 50-50 ball like that, you got to just kind of press over a ball, not really taking up a position anymore. You're just going to grab that ball.
Serve is long for Johnson, so this one stays tight at 14 apiece. On court 1, it is the Islanders taking a 15-9 lead in this opening set. 16-9 on the 6s, with the Islanders advantaging, and the Islanders getting it done on courts 1 and 3. That again is the 2s and the 6s. But the closest match and the one we're following, 14-14 here at the 4s.
It's a good match.
Very good match. Serving Presley Wright. Correction, that was Ava Patton serving.
Nice set to the middle.
Nice dig. Jordan, oh, this one, I'm not sure if that was right or if it caught the tape.
A little fast on the option decision. I think she could have trusted her partner a little bit more and set it up. But again, I love the aggressiveness, so you're trying to find open space.
We've talked about this before. When you feel you got a good look, especially in conditions such as this,
right,
with the wind blowing.
Exactly.
You know, if you get a great ball, you might as well just capitalize on it because you're not sure if you're going to get as favorable positioning on the next touch.
And this Texas team is attacking Johnson a little bit more.
This time they go to Jordan. Jordan plays it off of the hands. So tooling the block was Raven Jordan. We're tied at 15.
Point for point. Yeah, as that wind shifts a little bit more today, it's coming kind of straight on towards us more so than toward the north. Might see a little different blocking schemes, pulling schemes.
That was hit heavy. Was it touch? No touch. Presley Wright really got a strong piece, but didn't work in her favor. As the ball totally makes its way in. That's the one thing about some of the weather conditions and the wind. Balls from other courts, they travel with the wind pushing them.
Nice pull decision there.
Similar situation for Presley Wright, just flirting with that back line, not working out in her favor.
Yeah, I'd like to see her go more towards the sideline, give herself an opportunity, but again, hard to follow those shots, especially with the sets coming to your left shoulder.
Jordan, I don't know. Raven Jordan's like, what was I thinking there? Because, into the wind, she was really trying to push the back line, but got so much of it. Ended up 5-6 feet behind. Tightened it up once again, 17-16, and a service ace. What an angle.
Going for that outside sideline again today towards the ocean. We've said it time and time again. That's the weak spot over there.
We saw it on the other side when it's a right-hander, but this is kind of a right-handed, having hit it a bit inside out.
Right.
Going to that opposite corner like in the deuce court or in tennis. Tori Johnson
Great rip
comes
by her.
Through. 18-17 on the switch.
Good flow rep there for them. I think they needed a little boost right there.
Court number one in the two pairs. The Islanders take the first set 21-12. 18-13 on the sixes in favor of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. 18-13, excuse me. Now 18-14. But back here, as play continues, Tori Johnson on court number two. The four pairs.
Love a good battle, yes.
Johnson sets. Raven Jordan.
Great roll-up
Picked
set
up
there.
nicely by Patton. Patton will come back. She'll just try and push it into a position. Jordan tries to set Johnson. Didn't into the top of the tape. Johnson didn't get a good run-up, so she tried to just play some placement and just got a fortunate break as Pressy Wright caught the tape, as we saw Raven Jordan caught the tape earlier.
Yeah, that's a tough side. You're coming in towards your partner's half. Wind is blowing the ball behind you guys, trying to hit an option there. It's a tough shot. Nice ball there.
Jordan this time put that press, but wisely, Ava Patton gave it a little bit of an adjustment.
Right.
Tried to go to that little short corner.
Great court vision by her.
And kind of tooled the block, as we mentioned previously. We're coming to you from Water's Edge Park in Corpus Christi, Texas on this Saturday afternoon. It's a beautiful day, just a bit breezy.
Just a bit breezy.
A bit breezy, to say the least. Serving got out of sorts. They'll put Patton back on the line as Pressy Wright comes back to the net.
Great placement there.
And just long. 19-19 as Tori Johnson tried the knuckle.
Again, making the right decisions, but with the wind today, just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. Jordan with a good rip. Excellent dig on the second ball.
Look at that drop.
And it's going to be long. Jordan sends it over the back line. So the University of Texas set point 2019. They'll be serving with Ava Patton. Timeout taken.
Good decision,
yeah. We'll stay here through this timeout because we definitely don't want to miss anything. This is what's unique to Texas A&M Corpus Christi, this ability to play on the beach. This is beach volleyball, not sand volleyball.
Right. There's a difference. You got more elements.
Well, as you may have just saw, it was the University of Texas pulling off on set point to take set number one at the four pairs.
Something that we've seen all day, right? On game point, either service error or an ace.
Without a doubt. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Take a 2-minute break. We'll be back here in just a moment. Stay with us, live from Water's Edge Park in Corpus Christi. The score on court one, the two pairs, 7-3 in the second set. Texas A&M Corpus Christi took the first set. Dodd and Tomei over Kahahaway and Butler. And they lead it here in this second.
Nice matchup here with Kahahaway being 6'4", Dodd at 6'2".
Yeah, this is Dodd.
Makes an interesting dynamic, especially with a true defender behind both.
For Dodd, it's not often that she looks across and actually has to look up just a little bit. But we've talked about it before about positions. Dodd, probably considered maybe a true blocker, but
true full-time blocker.
And Kahahaway probably in a similar situation at 6'4", but if she has that flexibility to defend on that back line, boy, what a valuable asset that could be.
A lengthy defender. It's tough to beat those.
Timeout taken as the Islanders lead at 9-3. Let's go ahead and cut it over to court number three. Let's go to court three as we have not had an opportunity to check in on court number 3. Over there, it's Avery Carlson and Riley Hendrick for Texas taking on Millie Olison and Duda DeMello. In the second set, the Islanders won the first. 7-2 they lead.
Nice back set opportunity there. We haven't seen many of those today.
Good long rally, and it just drifted and it find its way. Yes, it did.
Yes.
That was a nice wind push. Maria Duda Fernandez de Mayo, if you want to be precise about her name. She prevailed. Again, the initial set goes long but finds a home. And there's going to be a timeout taken as well by Texas in that one. 8-2 the score. Islanders lead it. Let's bring it back over to court number 2. Court number 2. On court number 2, Texas, who won the first set 21-19, they lead in the second set 6-2. So this is the 4 pair with Patton and Wright of Texas with the early advantage in the second set. So the bump up, and Jordan tried to play it off the top of the tape. She had one hit left, but
she had a chance, yeah, and I actually really like her decision trying to go up and over that defender down the line, catching her on her heels a little bit.
But this is, once again, 5-point lead, 7-2 the score. Jordan, just the Islanders appear to be a bit out of sync right now, and the Longhorns are more than willing to take advantage of that.
Absolutely. A couple seasoned players here, beach only, top levels when they were in juniors. So again, they're...
Yeah, Pagan and Presley, while, again, this is a new program, they're definitely outstanding volleyball players. This is not indoor players. These are beach volleyball players that are really shining. Patton, only a freshman. Presley Wright, the sophomore.
Coming from South Carolina, correct?
Well, Patton's from Austin. And for Presley Wright,
she transferred, right?
I am looking it up as we speak.
South Carolina.
I will take your word for it.
Yeah.
That is correct. See, I trust you.
Yeah.
And this time, what we saw earlier from Raven Jordan, we just saw from Presley Wright. As she pressed, she realized how close that ball was to the net. She got up, she capitalized.
Absolutely.
And so the Longhorns.
Blocking a little bit ball rather than position there.
10-3 Texas in the second set after taking set number 1. This is the 4 pairs.
Notice them holding home on defense a little bit more against Raven.
And they'll have an opportunity. Play continues. Jordan finds the tape once again. The Longhorns lead at 11-3, and they'll take a timeout. So we'll take it back over to court number 1. We'll take it back over to court number 1 with the score. Texas A&M Corpus Christi leading it, I believe. No, correct. Correct. It's actually 11-7. 11-7 is the score on court number 1. Cassie Dodd serving.
Look how much space she's taking up. Wow.
Wow, what a swing from Kahahaway. She had a big opportunity and fully took advantage. 11-9 now the score. Islanders by 2. That again is the 2 pairs. And a serve down the middle. So 1-point contest. Misplayed by Tomei. Technical timeout, 11-10. Let's go ahead and push it.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit more dynamic here in this matchup. A little bit more size being challenged for the Islanders on several pairs.
Let's go ahead and take it over to court 3.
Making
Court 3
for
with
some interesting decisions, right?
Correct. 11-4 the score. Islanders lead in set number 2.
Nice setup by Olsen.
Continued on, Olsen. She'll have an opportunity. Has to react. The set off the mark really pulled Olsen off the court. 11-5. Again, this is the 6s. This is the exhibition match.
Nice save there.
Good long point. Little pokey by Olesen. Going to make it the Islanders 12. The Longhorns 5. That again in court 6. Let's go ahead and bring it back over to court number 2. Court 2, as you may hear. And a service ace for the Longhorns as we just make the jump over to the court. Presley Wright hits the tape and it just trickles over, and just everything in favor of the Longhorns at the four pairs today.
Tough to catch a break over here when your opponents aren't making many errors.
It was 21-19 in the first. Very close, very tight. But in the second set, it has been all Longhorns. They lead at 14-4.
Especially when things are falling in this pattern. You got to go back to the basics. Got to go back to get that flow, get that energy connection with your partner.
Right, wishes she could pull the hands back, realizing that that one was going to be out by about 2 to 3 feet. So Raven Jordan can Texas A&M Corpus Christi put themselves in a position to win on their serve. Nicely done, Ava Patton. Just little, you just kind of call it a little tip, whatever you'd like to call it, just drops it over.
Yeah, poke right over the block. Kind of an open shot choice if your blocker does decide to stay.
It was out, there was no touch.
A little honesty call there. Ref didn't see the touch.
And the player?
Johnson called touch on herself, yes.
So Johnson made the call herself in that situation. Well, that is refreshing.
Commendable, for sure.
Yeah, commendable.
As athletes, we expect that, but sometimes the ref does miss it, and then, some athletes will play it off.
Okay, they'll move into the technical timeout with Texas leading at 16-5. We'll go over to court number 1. Back to court number 1. This is the two pairs with Texas A&M Corpus Christi leading at 13-11 over the Longhorns, leading 1-0. It is Cassie Dodd to serve. 13-11. Now Dodd to serve.
Nice high drop serve. Wow.
And just, you got it,
saw
you
that
got
drop.
it, you got it,
Right.
you got it moment for Texas.
The hubby wife serve, as we call it.
Butler and Kahahaway couldn't come together, so I'll just push it to 3. Same float serve this time. Kahahaway will have a swing. She'll poke right over Dodd. And as we said before, not many people have that opportunity to do so. Dodd at 6'2", Kahahaway at 6'4". 14-12.
Right, and on some of those you might pull, but against a 6'4" hitter, you better stay up there. She's got a long range and can swing on most balls.
Tapped down by Dodd inside the block, just using the very crisp short angle. 15-12.
Great block by Cassie Dodd. Fronting her hitter early, taking up space, jumping back into the line there.
16-12 on the switch. Opportunity, coaches. A couple words of advice before they have to get back into position. 16-12 in favor of Texas A&M Corpus Christi, trying to close out set number 2 and pick up the first point of the day. At the 4 pairs, that play continues. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. Islanders still 10 points down at the 4 pairs. Kahahaway, outstanding. Saw Dodd drop off.
Right.
As soon as Dodd took 2 steps back.
Early pull opens up that short court for her.
16-13. Longhorns aren't going anywhere. That's going to drift.
Wow.
17-13. The service error from Butler. Not sure what.
Talking about a little timeout there. I think they thought they had a timeout.
Butler with the set. Chloe Tomei. So just bump it over. Tomei with a little desperation floater. Oh, but again,
The length
and credit I would give to Butler. Really putting that ball exactly where they needed
Right
for
in her pocket.
Kahahaway. I'm going to call her Devin.
Devin.
She got a lot of syllables in that name.
Devin K. Great recover here. Good recycle ball.
And right down the pipe. This time Dot not challenged at the net as they both pulled back.
Right. Giving her some open space and opportunity to go short or deep there. Nice serve here.
Tried to.
Good extension. Honest
Great
little
extension.
great move there. But again, speed coming from a 6'4".
That ball was humming.
Right.
Does Texas have enough to get back in it, though? They trail by 3, 18-15. The four pairs are complete with Texas taking the second set. Kahahaway again battling back. They're wanting to push a third set. It's a 2-point contest, 18-16. Tomei.
She says, I can swing on an open net too. That's awesome.
This time it was the set too far forward.
Yeah.
Kahahaway couldn't catch up with it.
Right.
Couldn't get there quickly enough just to even get the knuckle on it. But with the side change, gets Texas A&M Corpus Christi back to a 3-point margin and 2 points away from closing out.
Right, and on the good side.
With the good side.
So a little advantage here, but again, they've got to work to put those points away.
Ooh.
Wow.
Just one of those mental errors where, and we've talked about this all day, communication is key, especially in conditions. And we've talked to different coaches about this. The conditions are fine, whether they're windy or not windy. Again, when it's windy, you have a lot of problem solving you have to figure out, a lot of things you have to strategize and deal with. That was one of them. This is for set point. It is good. Tomei with the put away in the left corner, and that closes out set number 2 and gives the Islanders the second set and the point at the 2 pair. So it is 1-1 as we move forward in the sixes as well. That is complete as Texas A&M Corpus Christi in 2 straight defeat the Longhorns. We'll take a 2-minute break. 2-minute break here, and we'll get ready as the second wave of matches come our way as the 1s, 3s, and 5s will be returning here momentarily to Waters Edge Park in Corpus Christi, Texas. Stephen King, Matty Fitzsimmons with you. The match is tied 1-1 when we return. Stay with us on ESPN. And getting adrift.
A big gust there.
Aiden Ames put it up in the air, and truly that was not the intent. She was trying to get it to Ogden, but just got, like you said, all of a sudden caught a gust. Stephanie Young did not react quickly enough. Finds the sand, 2-1 in favor of the Islanders. Doyle, she loops it off the hands of Ogden. Play is started on court 1 with Texas taking the early 1-0 lead, but we'll continue focusing here on the 3s for the moment with Young and Doyle.
Ooh, great middle serve there.
That middle serve.
The hubby wife, it never fails. We talked about it earlier. When in a fiddle, go deep middle. It applies to serving as well.
So, I mean, I grew up playing tennis.
Yeah.
When 2 people have attacked the net, where do you go? You go to straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle.
Played up. Doyle sent it back. And there's going to be a double.
A little indoor move there, it seems.
A little bit, a lift is officially called, not a double. That's more obviously for the indoor game, which is, by the way, some rule changes this upcoming year in the indoor game too.
New double rule, controversial topic.
Controversial, there's no doubt about that, but not for today, for another day.
For another day.
Played off the hands of Ogden. The Islanders
Great
taking a 6-1 lead as they change sides. Let's go ahead and sneak over to court number 1. We'll sneak over to court number 1 as we check out the 1s, Kristen Bobet and Madison Morrow for the Islanders, along with Hashman and Robertson. Great Katie Hashman, Emma Grace Robertson for the University of Texas. 3-2, Texas leads early. just finding the space. What a recovery by Morrow, because the Bobe's set was
Little
supposed to be
inside.
further to her right. It definitely
Right.
landed inside, but a nice
Right.
recovery, just court awareness, plain and simple by Morrow to see the open space.
Absolutely. And you saw her approach stay pretty aggressive so she could sell that swing and open up some more court space for that shot to drop down.
Snap answer by Emma Grace Robertson. Robertson hammers it down the line. 4-3 Texas leads as they'll transition to the opposite side.
Curious to see a little strategic change here. If they add in a little bit more dynamic pulling, if their serving strategy changes. Sometimes they're going for the win, sometimes we're attacking a certain player.
At the fives, that match was the last to start. 4-2, Texas A&M Corpus Christi leads in that contest.
Great pickup by Bobe there. Nice defensive one-arm touch.
It'll be Morrow to serve for Texas A&M Corpus Christi again. The ones. Into the tape. 5-4 Texas. Team competition. It is the best of 5. We've talked about this. Sometimes, you know, some people look at the best players are always the ones. Well, I tell you one thing, the best players may be the ones in certain circumstances, but they're not necessarily the ones that are going to win you the matches.
Right.
If you're capable of winning at 3s, 4s, and 5s,
Absolutely.
you're going to win a lot of matches and you're going to win some championships.
Absolutely. We talk about that a lot.
Depth of teams is what makes championship
Depth
rosters.
of teams, and everybody plays a role. Yes, it matters what seed you're on, but it also doesn't matter. You got to play to win.
Bobe puts it on the back line.
Great corner shot there.
Again, kind of had a hop just a little bit backwards. Is every set not sets are not going to be perfect
Right.
today. Diving serve. It's got to be an ace
Ball.
for the Islanders. 7-5 they lead.
Yeah, and being an adaptable hitter, it's something that we talk about a lot in this game. If you can be adjustable and be dynamic, you can hit any ball. You're going to be a good partner to play with. Back to back. Wow.
Bobe in the wind, flirting with the line the way she did. I, honest to goodness, I believe that if I'm not mistaken, I believe Robertson did also get a piece of that one as well. Pick up by Morrow.
Tough ball there. Nice save.
Yeah, couldn't do much more with it.
Good changeup, angle pull there.
Bobe off the sand, back up quickly. She dives to get it up on the first touch,
Right.
and then quickly off the sand to get the kill right down the middle. And the Islanders lead it 9-5 at the ones. 4-point lead over the Texas Longhorns. Updating scores at the threes. Islanders lead 9-6. They're continuing to serve, and on the fives, I believe it's 8-2. Am I reading that correctly? 8-2 in favor of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. A timeout had been taken by the Longhorns on court 3, 5 pair. Nicely done by Robertson as she utilized the space
shot,
given her
yeah.
on the line.
Little strategy talk there.
9-6 now. Service ace.
Same strategy
Finds
from
the
the
tape.
Longhorns there, going
Yeah,
down the line.
They learned something.
Right. Yeah, we've seen the high serve into the wind. We haven't seen this fast serve down the line much today, but it's proving successful for both teams.
Dug up. Robertson will get another chance.
Good save there.
Spinning it back, and
wow.
what a play by the Islanders. Bobe and
Little
Morrow.
knuckle set there.
Knuckle set, and Morrow just, that is such a touch play, winded her back to actually have it fall within a ball length of that back line.
Right, we've seen a lot of balls fly deep today.
Short serve,
Wow.
and she comes back with the ace. So the Islanders now lead it 11-7.
for the Islanders.
And another service ace for Morrow. This time, timeout taken by the Longhorns as they want to talk about it, trailing in that one 12-7. Let's move it over to court number 2. Court 2. The score 12-8 in favor of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And the Longhorns into the tape. 8 names. It's the 3 pair. Well, we brought it here, but they would go immediately into the technical timeout, so that is my bad. Let's go ahead and move it all the way over to court 3 if possible. Is the Longhorns trail the Islanders 8-6 on court number 3. Longhorns serving. Cortez and Moreno. And Cortez will chop it to the left side, but it's going to drift its way wide. 8-7, tightening up on the 5 pairs. The Islanders with a 1-point advantage.
Nice pass here, a little tight.
Actually, the score is now Islanders 9-7. 9-7 Islanders. So get that score corrected. We'll get that for you on the board correctly. After the finish. Always a little confusion. I don't want to serve. You want to serve? I don't want to serve.
Yeah, with indoor you have a nice rotation. Out here you flip-flop around. You kind of get mixed up there sometimes. Serve.
Cortez on that short towards the ocean, as you said, that little cross towards the ocean.
Right. Vulnerable side on serve receive today is that sideline closest to the ocean. So you'll see a lot of servers attacking that area on either side.
Little trouble on the first ball. That one really stayed up, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Swindle. Ella Swindle and Jenna Owanis. And Swindle just had trouble making a decision on what to do with that pass from that serve from Cortez. Swindle sends it back. Moreno will have a chance. And Swindle's bump set got caught in the breeze, and trying to catch up with it was going to be Owanis, but just could not, as it just blew away from her the whole way.
Right. Talk about making a transition. These are 2 impactful indoor players coming out to the sand with less experience than most kids out here, and again making an impact in their lineup.
But with national championship rings,
right?
Right. Again, kudos to the Longhorns once again for their indoor championship, 2nd year in a row. Amazing performance for the Longhorns in doing so. And Swindle and Wennis were both part of that. Obviously, Wendell is the starting setter for the Longhorns national championship team. She's trying to make it happen here, and likely will be, what a play.
Wow.
Lifting it over Swindle, and for Cortez and Moreno, they'll take a 14-7 lead into their technical timeout, so doubling up the Longhorns.
Great momentum
at
there.
The 5 pair. Coming back to the court at the ones on court number 1, 12-9. The Longhorns trail the Islanders on court number 1 with Bobe and Morrow getting back against Hashman and Robertson. What a pickup. Straight down was Bobe, but just in protection mode. It was survival mode for Robertson. She plays it off the forearms, and it goes right back over Bobe and finds open sand.
Again, communication. Especially on those ones coming up and over the said blocker.
Trying to lift it. Bobe.
Right back at ya.
You wish you could plan that. I'm going to pump it over so you can send it right back to me so I can hit it down.
We usually joke across. How was that set? You want it tighter? You want it off? Little friendly competition.
Difficult serve. What a get.
Wow.
And they said it was inside the pin. Drifts wide. The extension from Hashman was able to get down but couldn't keep it out of the breeze.
Saw a quicker tempo set there. We haven't seen many tempo sets today, but proving successful once again.
Wasn't sure if that one had gotten inside the pin, that dig that she had brought back into the court. That was pretty impressive. Bobe getting signals from her partner Morrow, and she will ace up the line.
Third one.
Morrow.
This set.
I know Bobe hit it, but Morrow called it. She called it, so.
Absolutely.
She's the one who's telling her partner where to serve it. I don't think she told her to do that though. So if she gets credit for the ace, I guess I got to get credit for the service error too. I don't think
a risk well taken though. If she's getting 3 to 4 aces on a ratio of 1 missed serve, that's a positive in my book.
Sent down by Bobe. 16-11, Texas A&M Corpus Christi with the advantage at the 1 position. After the first flight, 1-1 the score. With the Islanders winning the 2s, the Longhorns winning the 4s. Serve was wide from Morrow this time. They'll transition as they got to get the scoring correct. 16-12, the correct count, so that is correct.
Little 6 to 7 second conversation from coaches. Always a good little refresh.
How much can you share? What are you sharing? Are you giving any technical advice, or is it really just a positive reinforcement?
Honestly, it depends on the match setup. Sometimes it's technical, sometimes it's positive. Depends what you like as well as a player, what you need to get you back in the zone.
We've also said this before. A lot of times, as a coach, you're also pretty much an amateur psychologist.
Right. Working on keeping them just in the zone.
Bobe delivers.
We like to break it down into mini games, so every time you side switch, hey, can you get the 3 out of 4?
Texas A&M Corpus Christi knocking on the door in set number 1 as they lead at 18-12. And then the 3s, the Islanders lead at 18-10. Service error, though, gets the Longhorns the point, 18-13. Islanders by 5, but just trying to, truthfully, it's just like indoor volleyball. You get a certain lead, and you're more than content playing side-out volleyball.
Right.
You're more than content when you're able to build up a margin.
We talk a lot about energy and play and flow, and it's true with all sports, I think. When you get into that green zone where you're just going, you're in it, it's hard to stop you. And so if you build that lead, you probably play a little bit more looser, a little more comfortable, right?
19-13.
So setting yourself up for success.
Bobe sets up and nicely on the cut. Just wide. The idea was correct, but Morrow did not execute as it goes wide. The shot choice was correct, but
absolutely.
Point goes to the Longhorns as it goes wide, 19-14.
And again, those are kind of those plays where you just shrug it off and say, hey, I did my best, did the right shot choice.
The Longhorns, what an extension from Robertson that time, as Bobe tried the knuckle, but Robertson just timed it exceptionally.
Read it early, nice reach.
On 1, it goes over off of Morrow, so Texas with an opportunity, and they capitalize. So the Islanders did not manage the serve well. Now Texas A&M Corpus Christi will transition to what we consider the good side, leading 19-16. 21-10 the score on the 3s, where the Islanders took set number 1. 19-13 the Islanders lead in the 5s as well, as they're knocking on the door, but we stay with the court. The ones, Bobe and Morrow against Hashman and Robertson. The Longhorns serving, trying to get back in, trailing by 3. Bobe sends it looping to the back corner. Really, she just caught Hashman leaning, and Hashman just tried to recover, threw her body towards the ball, but just couldn't do much with it.
Really great balance on defense from the Longhorns over here. But again, the Islanders are just finding open space and fast, finding open court space.
20-16, serving for the first set. Bobe sends it down.
Good finish by the Islanders. Nice confidence on the last play, too.
Bobe and Morrow lost their first match today against Stephen F. Austin, so they have rebounded quite well here in this match against the University of Texas. Quickly, if we can take it over to court 3 really quick. No. Yes, we can take it to court 3. We can catch the final portion of that match, of that first set, as it's 20-15 in favor of Corpus Christi. 20-15. Moreno and Cortez. Moreno to serve for the Islanders, trying to put away the first set as well and try and get the first set in all three matches here in this second flight of play. Moreno pushes it. Does he find the space? No, it is going to go long.
Just long. And again, we've seen that shot a couple times today already. Really going for that open space in the back corner. It's the right shot choice.
It is. It's just execution. You have tough conditions, but it is just about the execution. 20-16. Tried that inside-out cutter serve. And this time Cortez goes up the line, and she'll end the first set. 21-16, the Islanders take the first set. We'll take a break. Action at Water's Edge Park in Corpus Christi as we are looking at the three pairs. Texas A&M Corpus Christi leads at 4-3 after falling behind early. And they answer, once again, Hannah Doyle and her partner Stephanie Young push the lead 5-3 up against Hannah Ogden and Aiden Ames. Ogden, the sophomore, Ames, the freshman for the Longhorns.
Ogden also transferring from SFA, getting to see friendly competition from her old squad here this weekend.
Stephanie Young, heavy swing, goes long. 5-4 in favor of the Islanders. Play has started on the ones and fives.
Nice controlled pass here by Doyle. Beautiful. Textbook.
Fans are being entertained with some great volleyball. Some of it is textbook, some of it is just pure hustle.
Right.
You know, because they're having to adapt to conditions and just having to find a way to make plays. And we're seeing it on all three courts while we're able to show you one court at a time.
Right.
But when you have a chance to look down the beach here, as the courts are side by side by side by side, you know, inline to inline, all the way down the beach, 5 courts. So it's a great viewing experience, as you can see so much volleyball up and down this entire Water's Edge Park area here on McGee Beach in Corpus Christi.
Really fun atmosphere.
8-4 Islanders.
Great swing by Stephanie Young. Nice control there.
And trouble. Couldn't control it that time for the Longhorns. Aiden Ames it knuckled straight down. Just did not get a good piece of it.
Little timeout there.
In the second set, timeout taken by the Longhorns. Let's go ahead and change things over to court number 1 in the meantime, where Texas A&M Corpus Christi leads at 6-2, make it 6-3 as the serve travels out from Madison Morrow. So Islanders with the 5-point edge at the threes. On the ones, there's a 3-point lead, 6-3. And Islanders lead in the fives as well, 6-2. These are all second set scores. Bobe.
With the hammer right there.
Yes, she did. Kristen Bobe.
Nice recovery set there.
Bobe got the hands up, but just couldn't get it skyward or even into the net.
You have such a small window to decide if you want a flat hand there or if you actually want to dig in and set the ball there, which is a little different than your indoor move.
Well, the Islanders and the Longhorns both have their share of Texans on their roster. For Bobe, she is from Indiana. How did she make her way to the island? That's a great question out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Also with players on the Islanders from Virginia, Arizona, California, as you would expect. Maria Duda Fernandez, she's from Moroso, Brazil, along the way. And, of course, Cassie Dodd from Perth, Australia, for the Longhorns. You see a lot of Texas. Of course, for Kahahaway, you're not shocked to hear that she's from Hawaii. Also California, South Carolina, Missouri. And also from the Czech Republic on the roster for the University of Texas. They'll come from everywhere.
It's great. The beach game is growing. That's all that means. It's athletes everywhere.
Without a doubt. We were talking about Julie Paletti earlier. Yeah, in one of our broadcasts, Paletti, who played for the Islanders last year in the ones position, now playing for her home country, playing for Paraguay and being quite successful in doing so.
It's awesome to see these young female athletes do some big things after they graduate. And while they're still here.
On the threes. The pokey over the top. 10-5. Seven the score as we move back to court number one. As the camera's bringing us the feed from one, it's going to be Emma Grace Robertson, trailing by a point her Longhorns to the Islanders.
Nice set by Morrow. Good read by Emma Grace there.
Sent back and found the tape. Robertson with the play.
I love the dynamic we're seeing from this pair off serve receive, starting to change up their offense a little bit, running some tempos, spreading out their offense, making that defender from the Longhorns really have to think about where she's going on defense.
Bobek, beautifully little cut, just opened the hand,
just like
spun
that,
it back
right.
to the short corner.
Right. They've attacked the line their first couple balls, so they're Longhorns did a nice job of changing up their defense, and Bobe just finding open space. Nice move by Morrow. That's a shot well earned by the Longhorns. Tough shot.
9-9. And the Horns are down in each of the lines here in our second flight of matches. Trying to battle their way back, force third sets. A high floating serve.
Nice low set there.
Bobe this time was able to kind of just deflect it off of the block of Robertson. Unable to come up underneath was Hashman. So Texas A&M Corpus Christi once again takes the 1 point lead, 10-9.
Ooh, close serve. Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. It's you're just not going to know today. 10-10. Back to serve. Emma Grace Robertson.
Little inside set there. Great job attacking the puller, making her have to move.
Bobe wins the joust. As Bobe as well as Hashman both had their hand on it, and just who was going to win the battle.
Hold on a little bit longer.
Chris
cross shot.
Bobe anticipated, but strong off of the block out of play, so the Longhorns will tie things at 11.
For 5'11", she's jumping like she's 6'2" over there. It's great stuff.
But she's one of those. Oh,
wow.
On one.
On one, she says. Whoops. She probably said that as well.
She's like, she's probably looking over there. I didn't really plan that.
Did not plan that one. It just happened.
Or she's saying, of course I planned that.
Of course.
Of course I planned.
Yeah.
But for Morrow, she got the big break on the play just a moment ago, but serves it wide to bring things back even at 12. Checking some of the numbers, it appears that at the threes position, Texas A&M Corpus Christi in control, leading that 18-9.
Big lead.
And on the fives, A&M Corpus Christi also in control, leading that one 15-6 against the Longhorns. So this is the tight match we're going to keep focusing on. 13-12 the score in favor of the Islanders as they lead 1-0. Bobe. Wow, keeps it going. But Morrow was able to get it up.
Nice
but
snappy touch there.
Bobe was like, I'm quick. I'm not that quick.
I'm there. Not today, but maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. 13-13.
What's interesting is both other flights that we're looking at, both other matches on this flight that we're looking at, stellar indoor players. And again, just a little different on the beach. A little different dynamic, a little bit different movements, and the scores are reflecting that, again, with these beach-only athletes.
Morrow just pulled the string. She kind of gave all of the motion
All
like
of
she was
it.
going to jump and then just stopped.
Sandman.
Yeah, just stayed.
A little Sandman action.
Stayed down, knuckled it over, found space. 14-13. But it's just been back and forth.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. This time it was Emma Grace Robertson on one. 14-14. What a battle this has become. As they'll switch.
Back to the good side.
Back to the good side for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. See if they can capitalize if it's such a thing. There's a final on at the 3 pair. Texas A&M Corpus Christi winning the second set 21-11 and takes line 3. Match now in favor of the Islanders 2-1 overall. And
wow.
What a set from Bobe, and Morrow knew exactly what to do. Rips it on the angle. But as you said, if they can get a clean ball back and utilize the wind in their face to get a nice, comfortable set, either Bobe or Morrow can have those swings. It's never as simple as that.
Nice
but
stab
now,
there.
But they again, this time, what a great lift from Robertson.
Great hustle by Hashman. Yep.
They're going to call it too deep. Took it in too
deep dish. Cannot go below the chin.
So, again, no one can take a two-point lead. It's back to 15s.
It's a battle. It's good competition. It's all you hope for as an athlete. These are the games that you're like, yes.
The serve goes long for Hashman. So back to a 1-point edge. But if you were looking at this as tennis, the Islanders have the service break. They're serving.
Right.
What a diving serve. Doing the best she possibly could was Hashman to do something with it.
Right.
Robertson gives up the body. But
Morrow staying aggressive on her topspin serve. She's gotten a lot of teams out of system today with this serve.
Well, she's got the ideal conditions for the topspin serve. So she'll do the jump serve and tries to go wide.
Right. And a risk worth taking there, I think.
Back to 17-16. Here are the ones. Bobe.
Nice in system. Little fast pokey there right to the outside corner of the block.
Now Texas A&M Corpus Christi is trying to capitalize on that 2-point edge right now, not trying to give anything back. Just holding on to that margin. Bobe to serve. Heavy swing. Hashman was not holding back.
Not holding back. We haven't seen much of that swing yet late in this set. Again, conditions, partnership connections.
18-17 in favor of Texas A&M Corpus Christi at the ones. And on the far court, it is over. In the 5s, it is the Islanders taking down the Longhorns 2-0 in the 5. So overall in the match, the Islanders now with the 3-1 win to take the overall match, but playing out the ones. Hashman up again, and nicely done, Robertson. Excuse me, that was Hashman who actually looped it up over Bobe. And are we back at 18? Yes,
back
we are.
At 18s. And the fun thing about when you're running a duel like this, sometimes they don't even know the matchups yet. They don't know if they've won. They don't know if they've lost as a squad. So they're competing head-to-head right now.
And this time, Madison Morrow, she saw that really all of the defense had kind of worked its way to one side. Alteration at the top of her jump, finds the open sand. 2 points away, Texas A&M Corpus Christi. But the Longhorns will set it up to Robertson. Hits heavy right off of Morrow. It stays tight, 19-19. Well, the
Ashman and Robertson are doing a really awesome job of taking advantage of an open net, not being afraid to swing and go for those deep swings, keeping them in this game. Wow.
Ooh, did Morrow hit that heavy? That looked like an indoor spike.
Oh, yeah. She said, you got one, I got one too.
So Bobe, she's got it on her serve, the opportunity to pick up the second set and the match.
Nice out of system.
Hashman, tough feed, played up and played off of Bobe.
Wow.
Morrow gave everything, but we're going to move to extras. 20-20 the score.
Look how much ground Morrow just covered from that right side defense all the way to that ref stand. Impressive.
Get the lines right.
She says, hold on a second.
Let's do a little bit
gotta dust off a little bit.
bit of maintenance here. Not content with it. Hashman. She's asking for the official to make the adjustment on the line. Bobe's tried on a couple occasions, but she's saying from the distance. So just getting some court maintenance, maybe also taking advantage of it and getting a breather. With the score 20-20, Hashman to serve for the Longhorns. And Islanders took set one, trying to force a third set. The Longhorns here at the one pair.
Wow.
Unbelievable point thus far. Let's see how it continues. And it's going to get finished with Madison Morrow. And right now, Robertson
fighting for an overcall, but the ball looked like it had crossed that plane already.
And both officials quickly indicated no, not the case. No discussion. So with the match on the line, Morrow serves. Digging deep, Robertson, she'll have a swing. Bobe sets it back for Morrow. Short shot.
Nice low set there.
And it's going to go wide. 21-21. Changing sides once again. It continues. With everything congregated onto one court.
Right. This is what
all the coaching staff.
This is where the team aspect of the sport really comes into play. At first, you're all playing, you're all kind of split up, doing your own thing, getting your dynamics going, getting into the flow state, trying to win your match, and then as the game progresses, and again, who knows? They might not know that the Islanders have already won this duel, right? But they're still going on, getting that win if they can.
What a send back from Katie Hashman. So she'll now push the margin 22-21 with the second set on her serve.
Nice passing system here.
Off the tape, Hashman will get a swing. Has to roll it. Inside out. And the reach.
Wow.
We're going 3 sets. As Robertson, well, right now, what is there no, there, okay, they're just going to talk about the, Robertson with the first swing, played up, Bobe will tap it.
Nice smart play there, going fast, not taking it the 3-touch.
Yeah, there was not much more. It would have been
Right,
ill-advised.
right. And again, Hashman and Robertson, both great defenders, both have great speed. So maybe an update and a game plan here for the Islanders.
The loop over Bobe. Robertson scores 1-1. Hashman sets back. Big swing, but Morrow makes, that was Bobe who made the initial play. And in the end, it's Bobe who made the initial dig, got up to get the finisher into the corner. The Longhorns could not steer it back into the mix. Finds the tape. The swing from Robertson.
You could see the drift on that ball from here. Swiveling his way down into the corner with that wind.
Robertson serves.
Nice set from there.
Setting Hashman. It's going to hit heavy. Morrow in protection mode. Saves the face but loses the point. 3-2.
Right.
The Longhorns serving have the 1-point advantage.
And as a puller, there's not much else you can do besides pulling with your hands high like that. You might be able to grab it a little bit more, but again, with a fast-paced swing like that, stick that angle and pray that you've made the right move.
The Longhorns with, again, the abbreviated schedule this year. They're playing as an independent. You know, next year, once they've kind of solidified the roster, they'll be eligible. They'll play a full schedule. And communication, the high floater, Morrow and Bobe just lost their sync.
Let's see if they can get it back on this side with the good wind.
And they're going for it once again.
Little sky ball there. Haven't seen that yet.
And plays it over, so advantage Texas. Little trouble. Bobe trying to capitalize. Has to swing heavy. And it drops over. 5-2, early lead for the Longhorns at the ones.
A little bit of momentum change here.
This high float's going to get caught up in the breeze. 5-3 on the service error. Morrow. Serving that heavy serve into the wind. Off the hands of Morrow.
This Texas offense is starting to turn on a little bit. See if the Islanders can make an adjustment on defense. A little bit of momentum here.
Playing very enthused after taking that second set.
Right.
Capitalizing on a couple Islander errors here early. Bobe tries to go short, but they anticipate well. And the Longhorns in rhythm. Switching 7-3 in favor of Texas A&M. Excuse me, Texas over Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Well, as I said, the match has been decided 3-1 so far in favor of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. This one, a lot of pride on the line.
Right. The Islanders doing a really nice job in set 1 and mostly set 2 of finding open space. Longhorns trailing on that, and now momentum shifts. Again, game of beach. Can you be adjustable?
Longhorns trying to do the best they possibly can. If they can, even if they come away with a 3-2 loss, is a 3-2 loss to the number 20 team in the country.
Right.
You know, for a team that's only in their second season, so it would be significant. But the service error makes it a 3-point edge. Back to Bobe serving. Robertson will get the swing. Finds the mark. We're good. Eight-4. The deep set.
Nice line
Finds
tag
the
there.
line.
There it is.
Still a 3-point margin.
Got some work to do.
Got some work to do. Got to score on their serve. The shorty, Robertson, got down deep, and she's going to get a free swing. Bobe got up, but Robertson wisely just looped it up and over.
Nice takeaway on that block, but again, as a defender, you've got to protect high line and cut shots, so you have to stay a little bit neutral on your base on defense to change direction there.
And trouble on the first ball. Bobe reaction and a punch with the left hand.
Good block touch there.
Texas now doubling up the Islanders here in set number 3, 10-5 the score. As we said, in these short scoring sets where it's the 15, falling behind can make it very troublesome. You run out of time, you run out of real estate as far as trying to get back into a contest, because you're going to have to string back to back points to get back in on the short set. Short serve.
Nice
Looping
ball. Just out.
Oh, just out. The idea was right.
And like we said earlier, sometimes you have a set where everything goes your way, and sometimes you have a set where it's just a bit out. Nice set there.
Maybe pent-up frustration from Bobe as she sends it off the hands. to 6. 3 points away for the Longhorns for taking do much with it. Opportunity for Bobe, but the set went over, and Robertson was there. So it started slipping away from the Islanders late in the second set. The Longhorns capitalized, taking set number 2, 22-20.
Nice pass, good and system rhythm here. And again, sometimes you just overthink, and really serve, receive, or beach can just be a game of simplicity. Can you adjust, and can you keep it simple pass, set, swing, just to get your rhythm back?
They're probably going to need to string at least 4 points in a row. It's, again,
right.
Pretty
challenging.
Once there's a side out, it's going to move to match point. Morrow cuts inside, and it's going to go off the hands of Hashman. So they get one.
Right.
13-8. We've seen the jump serve into the wind. Morrow continues the jump serve, but this one's going to find the tape. That is just a hard serve.
Hard serve
with the
coming
heavy
from
wind
that
at the back.
outside hand.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it is set point for the University of Texas, and they can take line 1 in this best-of-5 matchup. If they can final things off, it's going to drift. 14-9. Play continues.
Those are so challenging, right? We've seen 2 or 3 of those serves drop from that same zone, and some of them sail 2 to 3 feet out.
Well, it needs to be 5 points in a row for the Islanders if they want to pick it, and that will not be the case, as the Longhorns will take line 1 on the service error from Kristen Bobe. 15-10, or 15-9, I believe, the final score. That is going to be the case here in line number 1, but on the day it is Texas A&M Corpus Christi prevailing in the match 3-2, and they remain undefeated here on the weekend in the 2024 Islander Classic. The Texas Longhorns, this is their lone loss, so an outstanding performance.